So this is my scrap metal practice, and this is how I want it to look with the brass on top. There has to be, if there's any texture, it has to be on top. The flat, smooth sides have to be, and clean, have to be joining. I cut about 6 pieces, tiny, tiny pieces of solder, and I put them on my paper towel. And before I cut them, I clean them off with this. Okay, like this. This is the easy solder. You have to use that one. And it has to be nice and silver. You cut it like this. With holding it like this. That's hard to show in this video close up, because you don't want it to pop and fly away. When we run out of this solder, we have to be very conservative with it and not waste it, because when we run out, it's going to disappear. That's all we've got. So I'm going to pick this up the way I want it, place it the way I want it, and some of my piece here isn't flat and it won't join, so I chose this for this design. Now I'm going to turn it over. The top piece is the brass, so on the back of the top piece where they join, that's where I need to draw my pencil marks so I know exactly where I'm placing the flux. I'm going to paint the flux on, and then I'm going to lay the solder on. So I want it in there, and I want it here. You could paint the entire thing, but the flux will make the solder flow. Okay, so I want to just do it in those spots. Okay, so here is my flux. I've gotten it ready. If it's dried out, you just add water until it's about this consistency. You don't want to lay it on too thick. You need it to help the flux flow and to make the metal not oxidized. So the flux, or the solder flow. The solder will adhere to this, and it will make it flow once it's heated up. Okay, let's see. I can't remember if this goes in here. I think it does. Now you don't want it on the edges, because that's going to make it stick to the rocks at the soldering station. So I'm going to get this off right now. Okay, on the edge. And if it sticks to the rocks later, let me know and I'll help you get it off. Okay, so now it's still wet. It's got water in there. So now I'm going to take my brush and pick up my little pieces of solder and space them out in those areas. So I don't want too much. We just want just enough. So I'm going to put that piece there. And this is copper, so this metal will heat faster. But we want to put it on the top piece no matter what color that is. So if it's the brass, that metal will take a little while longer, and I have a trick for that. And that's probably enough. If this piece is tiny, this would be great to put right here. We don't want it flowing over the edge. I should switch it with that piece. This piece can be right here. And get that off. And then move this piece over. Yeah, that's kind of a narrow spot. I'm going to move it over here. And then when it starts to flow, I'm going to move it with my pick into that area right here. So this is quite enough. This may be even a little more than I need. So space it out. Yeah, that looks like a little much. I'm going to leave it there and show you the next step.